In a salute to the grocery industry's best and brightest, the Iowa Grocery Industry Association recognizes Tom Watson, Chief Retail Officer for Hy-Vee, as the 2015 Iowa Grocery Industry Association's Retailer of the Year. Tom Watson grew up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa with his mother and father, sister, and 3 brothers. He began working for Hy-Vee in 1980 at the age of 16. Tom's family instilled a foundation of honesty, integrity, and hard work.
My dad growing up, he always instilled in myself, my 3 brothers, and my sister to work hard, have an honest day's work for your pay, and treat people right.
After graduating from Jefferson High School, he attended the University of Iowa, where he earned a degree in business management. Before taking the next steps on his career path, Tom listened to his dad's advice.
My dad was very influential to me because he saw me what he had seen in other Hy-Vee leaders who he knew because of the work he was in. So he kind of helped steer me towards Hy-Vee because he thought it'd be a good fit.
Now that his course was set, it didn't take long for Tom to make a positive impression as he progressed through the ranks at Hy-Vee. As a first assistant in Moline, Illinois, he met friend and mentor Ron Taylor.
Tom walked up to me and just looked me right in the eye and said, "Hi, I'm Tom Watson. I believe I can be a great store director for Hy-Vee if somebody gives me a chance. I'd love to come to Kansas City and work for you." I was so impressed with this young man that walked up like that, just directly, and very confident but very serious-minded, very businesslike.
Tom's bold move paid off as not long afterward, he received his first store director position in Leawood, Kansas. As he continued to advance at Hy-Vee, Watson had many mentors. He took to heart words of wisdom from his friend and mentor, Ron Taylor.
I love the saying, I use it to this day, where Ron always said, your employees don't want to fail. If they failed, you failed as a leader.
He also looked up to former Hy-Vee CEO Ron Pearson, who guided the company for 25 of Watson's 35-year career with Hy-Vee. On one occasion, Pearson showed Tom just how far a store director was expected to go to please a customer. After having been warned of potential damage, a woman insisted on having her expensive fur coat dry cleaned.
We gave her $2,000 or whatever the amount of the coat was. It didn't matter to Ron if it was a loaf of bread for 59 cents or a fur coat. You do anything for a customer.
The next stop on his career path brought Watson to Des Moines, where he would meet Tammy, fall in love, and marry.
Tammy worked in our corporate office. She was administrative assistant.
I had a career at Hy-Vee, he had a career at Hy-Vee, and our paths crossed there.
Ron Pearson was our CEO at the time and basically said, everybody go to Kansas City. So we emptied the office out. I actually met Tammy officially in Kansas City.
And from the very first night I actually saw him across the room, I thought there's something, special about that guy.
Obviously thought she was very special, very beautiful.
A lot of people can find a helpful smile in every aisle at Hy-Vee, but I was lucky enough to find my Prince Charming there.
Tom and Tammy have been married now for 16 years. They have 2 daughters, Kylie, 15, and Colby, 12. Watson is an avid golfer and a Hawkeye fan, and frequently takes his daughters to Kinnick Stadium for football games and tailgating.
First time I saw him holding his baby girl, which of course he was absolutely in love and in awe, but I could also see like the fear in his face of, oh my gosh, I've not done this job yet, so this is gonna be quite a journey, and it has been, and he's done a great job at raising him.
When no one else likes to swim with me, he will always get in the pool, or like when we were in Florida, he would get in the ocean with me.
I feel like the little moments, like watching movies or like playing golf together, I feel like that's really special.
My dad always encourages me to be a leader, and to me that means to like help others and always try to be my best.
Well, he always like waves at me and tries to get my attention whenever I'm like flying in a stunt or just doing a cheer.
And more than anything, he's just always shows the girls how much he loves them and how much he supports them, and he's just really an amazing dad and a really good friend to the girls too.
In 2000, Watson accepted a position as the Director of Operations for the Southeast region. Next, he became Assistant Vice President of the Southeast region. then Assistant Vice President of Petroleum Marketing, leading the convenience store and gas station portion of the company. 2 more titles followed, before being named Chief Retail Officer in 2013.
There's no doubt at all that Tom would be the perfect person to move into the position as the Chief Retail Officer. For one, he's the person that has just an incredible connection with the store directors and with the retail operations side of the business, and he's just a natural fit.
Watson retired recently with a long list of outstanding personal achievements to his credit.
You think about the restaurant business that we've moved in, well, there's always naysayers, and people sitting back saying, what are you doing? Tom was the guy that helped us start moving forward. We have 72 now. And so the rest of the company's moving forward. Tom's led that charge. For us to go and say, okay, we're going to build in Minneapolis, Tom was really the one that was there to say, Randy, do it. It's time to go. That's somebody who's not afraid.
As he departs Hy-Vee, Watson leaves a legacy of learning with a new generation of Hy-Vee leaders.
He's got a gift for understanding what makes customers like coming to a store, like the people in the store. He's got a great way of passing that knowledge on to the people that work in the store, his peers.
And I'll never forget the first time that he and I walked a store together. We walked down to the coffee and the tea section, and he said, why did you price this higher than this? And he was always teaching me those things and showing to me and pointing them out.
You'll see him in a store, not just talking to the leadership in the store. He may be back in an aisle talking to one of the guys stocking the potato chips, talking to them about their future.
The way that he's mentored and led people, some of which are top officers in our company now, that he's influenced and helped bring along. Those are all things that I think are just significant accomplishments.
Tom's greatest gift to Hy-Vee, to coworkers, and to friends in the grocery industry is the spirit of compassion and caring that characterize Watson's leadership and relationships.
The thing with Tom is if he tells you he's going to do something, it's going to get done. I don't have any brothers. If I had a brother, I want him to be just like Tom Watson.
As you meet people with Hy-Vee and you hear their stories about Tom being a great leader, being compassionate, I think it's a true testament to what he has done for Hy-Vee.
My daughter was battling a brain tumor, and Tom, he had won through Hy-Vee some air miles. He called me one day and he offered them to me and my family, and that's the kind of person Tom is.
Great leaders are tough to find and even harder to replace.
Tom Watson leaving Hy-Vee is a huge hole. There's no question about it. Tom is one of the best retail minds Hy-Vee has. And you just don't replace people like Tom Watson immediately. It takes a while.
What I would hope to leave with Hy-Vee, I think is just a little chapter in that greatest story ever told. I think Hy-Vee's the world to me as far as work in my professional life, and hopefully I've left a little snippet in both Hy-Vee's success and the future success of its people moving forward.
Tom's unique leadership style and mentoring spirit make him the perfect choice for this year's Retailer of the Year award.
The fact that he checks in as a friend all the time, just to see how you're doing and see how your family's doing, is very admirable. That's a great attribute of Tom. He's always concerned about everybody else.
People always tell me how great my dad is, and it makes me feel really proud of him.
Tom is the guy that constantly watches out for me. Always the person that comes in, and I can always tell when he has something that he feels like he needs to say. That's what I'll miss the most about Tom Watson.
Thanks for being an awesome dad.
We're so proud of you.
We love you.
There really is something special about him when you put him on the floor of a retail store, and you can tell he's just comfortable. He feels like home there, and you can see his creative juices coming to life. So I'm very proud of him for receiving this, and I think it's a huge honor to him, I know.